1-year-old with an open fracture of her tibia after falling from a slide. She's awake and actively crying with good distal perfusion.
All right, you have your scenario. Let's get started. Grab your cheat sheet. Remember, if you're using Broslow, red goes to the head and head goes to the heel. You can clearly see this little one falls into the zone. And now to Scott for your quick tip.
So what about ketamine? Ketamine, many y'all remember, is kind of a unique drug because ketamine is two things. Number one, it's an animal tranquilizer. Veterinarians figure if it works to stop a 2,000-pound charging elephant, it might drop a 2-year-old. Number two, ketamine, you remember, is also a relative of PCP, otherwise known as angel dust. And as many of y'all remember from the last time that you were at a rave and did a hit of angel dust, you can have a good trip or a bad trip. So why would you possibly want to give animal tranquilizer angel dust to a cute little kid? Well, number one, ketamine does all three things one shot. Takes away pain, makes you go to sleep, makes you forget. All three things one shot. IM or IV, it drops them like a rock. And it incredibly rarely causes respiratory depression. Yes, it can happen. And if, though, you do a medical mission trip overseas, you will see how they do general anesthetics, meaning cesareans and or amputations, on nothing but boluses of IV ketamine. And people hang out on room air breathing on their own, and they do just fine. Yes, respiratory depression can happen, but it's happily incredibly rare. And when you play with anesthesia, what they'll show you regarding ketamine, you can give it IM, you can give it IV. More recently now, especially in children, places are playing with the idea of giving ketamine nasally as well. But what they'll show you most importantly regarding ketamine is that ketamine is stimuli dependent, which is a really nice way of describing if you go to sleep nicely and quietly on ketamine, you wake up very nicely and quietly on ketamine. And in the ER, just like in the operating room, what you'll see places now do for ketamine is in little kids, whereas mom will go ahead and hold the child and read them a story, sing them a lullaby while they drift off on ketamine. In older kids, either A, you just give them an iPad, B, just let them play on their iPhone, and go ahead and play Fortnite or Roblox on their phone while they're happily drifting off on ketamine. All three things, nasally, no shot, or IM or IV, only one shot. All three things, if you go to sleep nicely and quietly on ketamine, you tend to wake up very nicely and quietly on ketamine.